Any traveling in your future?
Yeah, actually, I'm heading to Brazil in a couple minutes. I mean, a couple hours, I'll say. So really excited. What about you? Where are you heading?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Don't skip over that. Where are you going in Brazil?
Northeast Brazil, Fortaleza. I used to live in that area for many years, and my wife and I we decided to bring the kids, and we're gonna have a lot of fun in Brazil. Brazil
Oh,
is
that's
fun. It's a fun
wonderful.
place.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. My family, we live pretty close to each other, relatively speaking. So we've got a lot of holiday events coming up. It's going to be a fun way to end the year. Couple different family parties and getting family and friends together, all that kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to it.
I can imagine. I'm always trying to escape the winter.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
nice. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the VCommerce Show, the show with Matt and Nicholas. I am Nicholas, the co-founder of Extremely, the company that gets you live shopping, video commerce directly on your website and across social. And my good friend Matt is here with E6 Marketing, the company that gets you on QVC and HSN. So how are you, Matt, today?
I'm doing really good. It's been a busy week, but a fun week.
Yeah, and for the audience, we're a little sorry that we started a little late. I had a little issue, as you can see on the event. I had scheduled it at 11 p.m. And obviously, when I went live, I went like, hey, it's actually 11 a.m. So sorry for that. Hope you didn't wait too long. But yeah, let's, Matt, why don't you tell us about the show and what the show is about?
Yeah, so this might be our 6th or 7th week of the show. It's
Number
called the
8.
VCommerce Show. And the VCommerce Show is a live chat podcast discussing today's big topics into video commerce. Video commerce is the storytelling platform that was created probably over 50 years ago with TV infomercials, HSN, and QVC, and now has evolved into engaging direct response commerce through your television, computer, tablet, and phones. At its best, this conversation is fun. We hope this conversation is fun for you watching or listening, and we hope that you gain a better understanding of how the video commerce platform works. So getting started, Nicholas, let's get going.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the listeners that are actually watching this episode directly on LinkedIn or across different social, like on Facebook or Twitter, X, sorry, if you want to comment, tell us where you're from, please let us know. I would love to know where is your part in this world you're calling from, as well as what do you do for your life. So the first special news that I wanted to bring on this week is the news about Temu. I don't know. So Temu, the parent company, is Pinduoduo, or also known as PDD. What's super interesting about this company is, first of all, this is a company that kind of I won't say came out of nowhere, but really rise in a very short time spent. If for the listeners, we had actually Sharon Guy who talked about this in the live e-commerce podcast. This is a company that was founded, if I'm correct, before 2015. So, and they used to be number 2 in China, with Alibaba being number 1. But what's interesting and what piques my attention is on their last earning report, they reported a growth of, guess this number, 93% growth in revenue. 93% growth in revenue. And what is Pinduoduo? Pinduoduo is kind of this big giant conglomerate company that does logistics for e-commerce first. That's their bigger branch. But they also have everything related to e-com. And the big brand in the US that we may have started to be familiar with is Temu. Temu came in the US, I'll say about a year ago, right around, not even a year. Was it a year ago, Matt? I can't remember.
It's about a year.
Yeah, about a year, right? So they started at the Super Bowl, right? I think at Super Bowl, around the Super Bowl time, that's when they come in. So the reason I wanted to bring this up is not only they grew like exponentially, but now they are about to be in similar market size, market cap as Alibaba. So when you think about this is a company from 2015 to 2023 that grew exponentially, experienced 93% growth just over the last quarter. And the big news of the week was they just bought more ad for the Super Bowl again. And when you know that an ad for 30 seconds is typically anywhere from 6 to 7 million, that's a pretty big spend, but they are doubling down in the US market. And the rise of Temu has always been around discount and discount sharing, right? And like this notion of social commerce. So you can actually group buy. So you invite your friend on the product that you like, and then the more friend you invite, the more discount you get, but the more coupon your friend also get. Plus they have a bunch of gamification process thing. But I think it's fascinating because they are really changing the game in the e-com space, and I don't know. I just feel it's very fascinating.
I've read they're about to pass, or they did pass Alibaba. Their revenue reached $196 billion, which blows me away. They obviously, you mentioned that their 90+% growth in the third quarter compared to Alibaba's growth of 9%. So they're obviously an up and coming business. They're doing things right. It's more international business coming into the U.S. marketplace. That's how I look at it. And from a U.S. side, we have to compete with these type of businesses and with these type of brands, or buy into them, one or the other. But this kind of company, and as well as Alibaba, Amazon being the U.S. founded company, like these are all huge businesses working in this video commerce space that proves that it's a strong, vibrant, dynamic category
and interestingly, they haven't really brought the video commerce element to the US market yet. So right now they're just trying to gain share with their social element. And then I'm kind of curious to see when and how and they are going to start to bring this on, because they certainly have the power to make big dent. And all their business, and I think all the business that we're seeing growing like exponentially in the US market are also cross-border. So I think it does speak a lot about the cross-border market. And I think there's a lot of e-com that have maybe better pricing, or they have access to manufacturer more directly, and they're going to the US market. So I think the e-com space is really getting interesting. I think a lot of competition, but we'll see how that play out from the consumer standpoint.
It really fascinating. The world is becoming smaller, to your point. The one story that I saw that you kind of brought up to me midweek that I had seen earlier was Walmart and Roku's partnership in getting into the video commerce space. So basically adding VCommerce into entertainment programming. So QVC and HSN, they've done the same thing on their QVC Plus platform, where they're building content surrounding VCommerce. I think it's the natural evolution, and also amazing for content creators. So I went down a rabbit hole this week and looking at all this kind of dynamic and where the trends were. It's absolutely trending in the business aspect. I saw a great podcast with Colin McRae, who is from Viral Nation. He's the creating content distribution, VP. And he was talking on this podcast just about monetizing content and the ways video commerce is being integrated into content creation. So, they talked about this years ago in the US, where sitcoms and different programs would have product placement within the show. So Coca-Cola, the lead actor would drink a Coke or a Pepsi or something along those lines, and that would be a kind of a organic promotion for the brand. It didn't take off back then. That was probably 15, 18 years ago. This is absolutely happening. So these content creators, whether they're long format or short format, in creating the content, they're integrating video commerce dynamics, whether it's product placement, or they're putting a graphic up, or they're putting what's the plug called, the QR code on the screen, so you could order the product while enjoying the entertainment content of what you're watching. It's pretty, Roku and Walmart, obviously two big players in the commerce space and the video space. That partnership, they're going to do it right, and they're going to be successful with it. But even small distribution companies, small production companies are getting involved, and I think it's a great, interesting dynamic.
And then we're actually seeing, for the one that is looking at the video, we just saw a checkout, how the checkout looks like, as well as how is the experience on YouTube. But what's also very interesting is that not only they also sign a partnership with TikTok, so the show will be also simulcast on TikTok with actual shoppability on TikTok. So they're really trying to grab your attention where you are. And what amazed me the most in that story is that TikTok is absolutely not for horizontal video. So they are also thinking when they shoot that video about the TikTok viewer. So you can have a vertical experience that is acceptable. So that's very interesting also to think of it this way. So,
and I think it's a great dynamic for all those YouTube content creators, because I guess the old form content creator might have gotten an advertiser or two to sponsor the YouTube event. I was looking at different cooking YouTube talent with hundreds and thousands of viewers and hundreds of thousands of followers, and I'm looking for that product mix, that partnership, and it wasn't evident to me. There the two women that I followed were doing baking shows, but the sponsorship and the video commerce dynamic was not illustrated. So I'm sure those, if you're established or you're getting established on the YouTube channel or on TikTok or Instagram with building content, this is an absolutely amazing dynamic for you to monetize your efforts.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. So my second personal news of the week is to talk about what's happening in the world of streaming again. But again, tipping on what you just mentioned with Roku is bundling. And I don't know if you saw, Matt, but we have heard. I don't know if you saw, but Apple TV and Paramount Plus are in talks to actually create a bundle. And especially to fight what they have been having a challenge recently, which is customer churn. And I think it was just over in October, each of them lost more than 7% of their customer base. And so because of that, those companies, they need mass to actually survive. And so they are exploring bundles. Another one that is trying to bundle is Netflix and Max, that are trying to bundle together. But guess what? This one is interesting because it's almost a marketing play, because the one that is bundling is Verizon. So if you're a Verizon customer, for $10, you can get the Max and Netflix together as a bundle. So I found it to be super interesting, fascinating story. I think we are going to see, I don't think we're going to see consolidation, because I don't know if the FTC will allow for more consolidation in the streaming space. But certainly we are going to see companies trying to partner with each other to actually survive and fight the game.
Well, it's smart. I'm old school. I have cable. We have Comcast here in Pennsylvania, and they have a partnership with Netflix. So my Comcast bill pays for my Netflix bill. Bundling in the cable space is not new. It's an old format to add pay-per-view or pay channels to your basic feed or whatever extended feed you have, adding ESPN or adding other channel or content to it. So this is not a new thought. It's smart for these distribution channels to kind of combine resources, because in the end, there's only going to be a few standing, like as we've talked about before. On the same thing with the video commerce side, and things are going to hurt. The herd's going to thin. So these content creators like Apple TV and others have to figure out different ways to bundle or to partner to keep the audience engaged. And original content obviously is the biggest arsenal that they have. They have to continue to create interesting original content for the consumer to tune in.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's the latest news for you?
I follow this brand. It's called the Daily Grommet, and I don't work with them directly, but we have done work with them in the past. And we talked about tipping last week or 2 weeks ago, and the dynamic of tipping and adding, likes or hearts to video content, to video streaming content. Daily Grommet's doing a 20% off, discount when you like a product or you vote on the product. So that's a smart dynamic because they're trying to build votes for their products to give the consumer, I guess, peace of mind. And like if 3,000 people already like this product, it must be a great product, that kind of thing. A lot like just traditional e-commerce reviews, but this is actually proactively giving the consumer a discount price if they
When they
vote for
like,
the
yeah.
product. And I think it's smart. And this Daily Grommet website, it works with very small, not very small, but smaller retailers, some up and coming retailers. So trying to get them exposure, they use the video commerce content. They tell their storytelling with video. I think it's a smart dynamic, and I'm sure you're going to see more and more of that.
Yeah, very interesting to think tying the like to the product and as a social proof that the product is actually liked by folks. So I could see that, a not so distant future where you actually are showcasing your product during a video or a live stream. And then as people are liking, you can attribute those like to that specific product. And you can say, hey, there was 100,000 like on this product and, 50 on this one. It's really interesting dynamic. And, if something I saw, and I'm sure it's the same for you, is like when you're doing a live stream or even on a website, right? How many of those pop up you see someone bought this product, right? This social proofing is something that works. And people want that notion of like, hey, I'm not the only one buying this thing. That's why you have the view count on the live stream, because you don't want to be the only one. You want to see that other people out there. And so it's all about creating that notion of community, that notion of like group together. And what a great idea of the like being a way to create that. What's interesting is that to tie that to a coupon, that is an interesting thought, and I'm curious to see how that's going to play out. I'm looking forward to see that.
And I'm happy it's a positive dynamic, because sometimes customer reviews get are go anti-sell. Now, not to say that bad reviewed products are poor products or great reviewed products are great products, but sometimes those reviews on websites make or break products. And in my world of QVC and HSN, each product is kind of reviewed three different ways: sales, customer reviews, and customer returns. So those three, kind of a three-headed dynamic. That's how products are internally reviewed at QVC and HSN to assure the vendor or the retailer, QVC or HSN, to move forward with that product. So first you have to sell it successfully. That video dynamic has to be smart and engaging and get that customer, that impulse purchase customer, to buy the product. Then once the customer gets the product, having positive reviews come in, so the next customer can be reinforced of them making the right decision on this product that they've never seen. And then the customer returns. So how high is your return rate? Is it outside the median of that product category? Is it low in that median category? And then how that vendor or how the retailer will move on with the brand. So this grommet dynamic is all positive. It's all likes. It's all affirmation. And I think that's a really healthy way to go about it.
Yeah, and yeah, my I often talk with my wife, and she say I'm on Amazon for reading the reviews. I'm sure you've seen some of those. Like those reviews on Amazon can really sometimes be all over the place, and some of them are amazingly funny to just read. So it's
and sometimes you get on websites where the customer is just brutal.
Oh yeah.
They're just borderline nasty on like, this product is terrible and this is why, and like you have to take it all with a grain of salt.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like how the grommet's doing it, and kind of goes along with the tipping or I called it the crowd sourcing or crowd affirmations, but it's a positive.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, do you have a special shout out to do for the
this is crunch time. We're talking on December 8th. We're getting into the final week or so of guaranteed shipping for the holidays. So I know all the retailers and all the vendors are working hard to assure that the product gets to the consumer in time for the holiday. QVC this weekend is having a huge free shipping and handling weekend and 5 easy payments on everything, starting today or at midnight Eastern this morning up through Sunday. So you buy anything on QVC online or QVC television, You get to spread out your payments interest-free over 5 easy payments, and you don't have to pay the shipping and handling. So it's a big incentive to do your, I won't call it last-minute holiday shopping, but to do your holiday shopping this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds terrific. My special shout out is just go and then subscribe to our newsletter. We have a newsletter that we publish every Friday. We talk about some other top 4 news of the week that we found is interesting in the video commerce space. So you can go and sign up. It's try.eastreamy.com/newsletter. And every week we send the recent podcast, the 4 top newsletter, some ideas, a brain teaser, blogs that we found interesting, and then we have the meme of the week that we always have, because why not ending up with a little bit of humor. Well, for the listeners, thank you very much for being here. Matt, do you have a special last word for the listeners?
No, I'm excited. This is the last couple of weeks of shopping, so it's a busy time for everyone. So everyone stay healthy, stay engaged, shop local if you can, and enjoy the holiday season.
Yeah, absolutely. For the listeners, thank you very much. And don't forget to share, tell us what you would like to hear from us, and special news or anything that you think is relevant. Please let us know. We are here for you. We are on LinkedIn, Facebook, and also X, as well as you can find us on YouTube at eStreamly, as well as on the live e-commerce podcast. Here we are publishing every Friday. Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.